We are live. Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome to episode number 54 of Zero Point Healing Show. And in this show, we are going to talk about obliterate the boxes and unblock your genius. Now, I had to practice that 10 times, by the way. But I love the topic. And today I have with me Shirley, who is access consciousness facilitator and a lot more to talk about her. But before we move on to her, just a short intro about me. I'm Vishnu Priya, and I have been certified in multiple different healing modalities. And when I went through my journey of seeking answers for my questions in my life, I found all of these beautiful different holistic healing modalities that came into my life. But I went through this process of searching. So that's how I kept finding all of these. So that's where the inspiration to build this platform came in. A platform like Zero Point Healing, which is a web directory of all healers, of all healing modalities, all therapists, all facilitators, all practitioners of all holistic healing modalities. That's what Zero Point Healing is. And this platform I have put together in a way to help the clients on one side who are seeking and searching answers for their questions, searching for solutions for their problems. So if you are searching and seeing, there might be multiple different problems or challenges you might be facing in your life, and you can come to zeropointhealing.com. And if, whether it is finance or something to do with love relationships or something to do with your career or your health, whatever it is, there are amazing holistic healing modalities, especially in the past 20 years. How much we have been able to develop is still is a big question in front of us. What the conventional medicines and conventional therapies we're able to do maybe in a year or in 10 years, holistic healing modalities are oops, sorry about that, a little bit of technical interruption. So I was going to say about, if you are a healer practitioner, you can come to zeropointhealing.com and register yourself there. All right, so let's now move on to our guest. Welcome, Shirley. Thank you so much for coming to my show. Sorry for the technical interruption, if that scared you
That's
a little
okay.
bit.
Thank you so much. That's okay. It happens. I did a few little shots there to blast the energy out. So
Thank
so
you.
we should be good. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this interview. And I'd like to say I've been watching the interviews keenly and loving learning about loads of different modalities and also how different people use those modalities to help with their clients and with their own lives. It's been really wonderful to see so many examples of the progression of humanity and how we're going.
Yes,
So
and
it's
every guest who has come to my show uses all of these modalities in their own unique way. So it's literally every person we go to can give us a different kind of transformation. All right, so now let's get into our topic. So tell us about you and how I see that you had been certified in so many different modalities. How can a person go through so many different modalities? And tell us your inspiration. Where is this inspiration of learning and taking on, new modalities for me are like taking on new steps, progressing. So tell us all of your journey.
all of my journey. Okay, I'm going to keep it short, keep it to the short version, because actually I started when I was very young. I was 7. I was clairvoyant. I was seeing spirits. I would be called to lay hands on family to help healing and things. Of course, they didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. All they knew is I'd put my hands on and wounds would heal up, pain would go away, and they would just feel better. So, of course, if you've got someone in the family who can do that, why not? So, so that's when I very, very first started. And the other thing, which was quite fun, because this was described to me by my dad before he passed away, is that his extended family had lots of businesses, business premises. And I used to go with him a lot, and they would ask him to bring me along when he used to visit the different places, because they would say, well, when you bring Shirley along, the space opens, the clients come in, and the money starts to flow. So I was kind of like this little money magnet. Imagine a money mascot. So I was being taken around, bit by bit, and nobody really understood any of it, but we just used it. Fast forward, I did all the conventional stuff. My early love, my first passion was dance. I did contemporary dance, and that's when I felt the freest and the most energy flowing through me and expanding to people I was with. And that was really, really enjoyable. But I held 2 normal careers. I was an international national presenter for aerobics, and also a learning and development consultant in corporate blue chip places, so banks and legal firms. And I would do the usual boring, normal stuff. I say boring, it was actually very exciting. I loved it. I was teaching learning and development and finding new ways of learning. That was my speciality. I would facilitate boardroom brainstorming and project creations. That's what I was called in to do as a consultant. And it was very, very exciting. And I got married. I have 3 beautiful children. And just as I was pregnant with my second child, I got very, very, very sick. So after having immense high energy, continuous ongoing energy and verve, I was suddenly in bed and I couldn't move. Everything hurt. I was diagnosed with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, which I understand is quite common. It felt awful. As much as people say, oh yes, it's fairly normal, common. It felt dreadful. I couldn't move. On the worst of my days, the most I would be able to do is have someone feed me, because I didn't have the energy to actually feed myself. But in the back of my mind and in my heart, I felt, this is not mine. This doesn't belong to me. And it feels temporary. When you've got something and you just think, this isn't mine. It doesn't feel like it sits right. And I didn't know what was going on at the time until my father was then diagnosed with kidney failure. He had a kidney transplant and he contracted hepatitis C. I didn't realize that one of my capacities is as an extreme empath. So in order to heal these things, I would take on whatever that energy was. And I was taking on his energies, as well as taking on my mum's emotional burdens, because she was his full-time carer. It was very hard for her. And I would speak to them every day so that they could continue. And I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. So what I did is I searched. This was when my journey, my searching really began. Because although I was already using tarot and mediumship as like a fun thing, I'd been doing that since I was about 18. This was when my full search began, where it became critically important, because conventional medicine wasn't giving me the answers. What conventional medicine was doing was saying, we have no real clue what's going on. There may be something we can give you, and then there's this big list of side effects. This is what could happen. And I was not keen for that, especially when some of they always do all the side effects, and then at the bottom is death. So, okay, all right, so I'll take this tablet. I don't know if it works, and possibly death. Okay, great. So I searched. The first thing I did is I started to learn all about nutrition, about health, because I felt it's in my body, therefore the answer must be body related. You know, logical thought process. In the body, body related. So detoxing, I did actually relieve a lot of symptoms through nutrition. And I was taking like a jar full of supplements and powder. And if I didn't do that every day, I would feel like hell. It was horrible. So it was a means to get me eventually out of bed, but I realized it wasn't the whole picture. So I carried on, and the next thing I found before I could actually move around a lot was Qigong. I came across the most wonderful instructor who essentially said to me, when you come into class, if you can't stand, just sit in the middle of the room and the energy will work through you. And I was like, okay, because I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand for more than a few minutes. So he started me off with that, and he actually introduced me to acupuncture and various other things. And that got me to a state of being functional. And I got better and better through other things. I was already a Reiki master and already doing remote healing work, because it was just part of my makeup. It was something that I sensed the stuff, and I have that need, you know, you have that need, that compulsion to transmute. That's how I felt on a daily basis. But I was managing. I was essentially managing my condition. I had not recovered from it. And the thought of continuing that was tiring, was an exhausting prospect, where you feel that every day, and you can imagine the amount of money that you have to spend to do that as well. Every day is a constant management. So at that point, I was doing that. I was living life. I was great. I was having fun. I had my kids. I had 3 kids by then. And that was it. Until I met a good friend of mine, and she introduced me to the first of the modalities that literally changed my life completely. And that was theta. And she just learnt it. And the first thing she said to me, would you like to try a session? I was like, no. I want to try a session. I've done like all these modalities. I'm an NLP master, all of these things that I've done, and I'm still managing. So in my head, it was just like, what, another one? And yet part of my makeup is having that curiosity. So I left the door like a little crack open, and it started to, you know, the seed goes in and it grows and it grows and it grows. Okay, let's have a session. Let's see it, you know, what harm could it possibly do? I know how to protect myself, blah, blah, blah. So we did the session, and it was the deepest session I'd had in all the different modalities to date. And I'd done plenty. It was really, really deep and really amazing. And it felt very transformative. So I thought, oh, there might be something here. Let's see. And so I then embarked on all of my mastery, all of my courses for theta healing within the space of, I think I've done them all within the space of about a year, leaving gaps in between, but also being very diligent and disciplined to do the work in between. So it's not all courses, it is work in between for myself. Coming to the end of that journey, and I love theta healing, I realized that I had ignored my body. So I'd gone from full body to spiritual mind and then ignoring the body again. And my poor body was going, what's going on? And access bars came along, actually through the same lady. So she's been a really lovely piece of my journey, and we're very good friends. And I got her to do a session on me to integrate all of the theta healing courses, because they're all buzzing around. I was like, I can't keep anything straight. So we used access bars, and I had an amazing, like, I don't know. Okay, so the kids here, anyone with kids will understand what I'm saying. So you know the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse library? This is what I had going on in my head when we integrated. It was like slot, 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 file, 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 and then a full integration. And I was like, this is amazing. I can use the spiritual side and the body side. And by then, my chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia was gone. So between all this work, it was gone. It's gone now. I get a little bit tired if I work for 16 hours. I mean, who doesn't? Because we're still in a human body. But, you know, it was gone. And I started to do more and more access. And I realized that once we tap into that infinite being, and we still tune into all the restrictions and rules around all the modalities, we're still creating limitation. And what access allows you to do is to get past that. And even through access, there is the rules and guidances, but it gives you that innate knowing and the awareness to go further. And that's where the magic of miracles really happens. And I've been using that with visionary people to, you know, blow things out of the box, obliterate the box.
Yes, wow, so beautiful. I didn't even have to ask the question about what is obliterating the box, because you've already explained. I think that's what your whole journey was about. And talking about unlocking the genius using access consciousness, getting into the heart of the topic here. So tell us a little bit about access consciousness and how does it help a person unlock the genius within?
Yeah. So the premise of access consciousness is that we create greater reality. And each and every person's reality is unique. So, and each person has many capacities, many gifts that they can use to create their own reality. So by using the tools that are given, and by opening your awareness and your field, you can take what is inside and what is outside and put it together to, so difficult to explain, to if you imagine the endlessness of time and space and pure nothingness, by expanding into that, into the infiniteness, into the potentiality, we can spark up essences of things that have never been, that will be, that were, and that are. And all together, that can come into this world. And we do that by using each individual's capacities. So there is no one capacity. We talk about things like empathic capacities. We talk about healing. We talk about structure. Each person has gifts. And those gifts, when used and appreciated and recognized, can unlock each person's unique reality.
Wow, so beautifully explained. So why not we just go ahead and do the healing that you have for us and experience it rather than talking about it.
Okay.
Sure. So my dear viewers, Shirley is going to give us a short access consciousness meditation plus healing. So let's get ready to experience the magic.
So I'd like you to get yourself comfortable. Now, this particular healing, which I'm going to go through with you, is one of my personal favorites. I do it every morning. You can do it eyes closed, eyes open, aware, unaware. But for today, if you have the chance, close your eyes so you can experience it fully. And just first of all, just take a couple of breaths just to settle yourself. And allow yourself to go deep, deep, deep within. And you can tune into your heart space. And allow your heart to open. And then notice your body. And imagine your body is no longer physical. It's just lots and lots and lots of tiny packets of pure white light. Billions, trillions of pure white light packets. And now imagine that the chair or the bed or the space that you're in is also not physical. It's just lots and lots of packets of pure white light. And they're all vibrating really, really, really fast. And allow your energy, your packets to merge and expand into the energy of the chair or the space that you're in. Expanding yourself up, down, left and right to fill that space. Now imagine that the room that you're in is also tiny little packets of pure white light. And expand your energy up, down, left and right to go into that energy space. Now we're going to go straight out to the country that you're in. Imagining the country that you're in is lots and lots of packets of pure white light. Allow yourself to expand up, down, left and right so that you and the country that you're in are one. The waterfalls, the oceans, the mountains, the animals, the buildings, the peoples, everything. And now imagine that the whole planet is just lots of packets of pure white light. And expand your energy to connect and be one with the planet. Just take a moment there. Feeling, sensing, knowing that oneness. Now imagine that the whole universe is lots of packets of pure white light. Little packets of energy vibrating really, really, really fast. With infinite potential. Allow yourself to expand up, down, left and right and make yourself as big as the universe. This is your natural field. And now let's go further. I'd like you to expand yourself so that you are bigger than this universe and all of the other universes, known and unknown. Further and further and further. And just feel and sense and perceive that immense amount of space. Now already, just by doing this, you have eliminated all the energetic cords and hooks in your field. Just this process of expansion. And now what I'd like to invite you to do is to loosen any beliefs around structure, conventionality, and any web that holds us into our solid reality. Just allow those beliefs to loosen, 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 loosen. What if it was all an illusion? And whatever it is that we stop ourselves from having this, I'm going to destroy and uncreate that for you. Just saying yes in your mind if you'd like this. I'm going to use the access consciousness statement. Good, bad, right, wrong, blood, park, all nine boys, shorts and beyonds. What if you could bring in the possibility of infinite possibility? What if there were no rules? What if there was no gravity? What if there were no laws of karma? What if you were just an infinite being, tuning in to this field of love? And wherever it's served you to stay within the rule structure, can we show you that the possibility is of a different opportunity here? And that you can choose it at any time. You have the choice to step in and out of it whenever you choose. And can we also show you that your psyche, your mind, can be robust and strong and be able to open to the mysteries of infinite space without losing yourself? Now I'd like you to expand even further. As you expand, anywhere where you come across a thread or a rod or a box, I want you to notice how it just dissolves and explodes. All of the constructs of the 3D world just become tools for you to use to create greater and better than you ever thought possible. And now, I'd like you to imagine a ball in front of you full of beautiful energy, pure white energy. And one of the ways of bringing in pure abundance, prosperity, wealth is by inviting the energy of gold in. So in this ball in front of you, from your infinite space, I'd like you to take your energy out and imagine connecting it up to the whole planet. So we'll start continent by continent. So go to America and pull energy from America into your ball. Go to Asia and pull energy from Asia into your ball. Go to Australia, pull energy from Australia into your ball. Go to Europe, pull energy from Europe into your ball. Scandinavian countries, pull those into your ball. And then we're going to do the polar caps, north and south, bringing that purity and stillness into the ball. And as that energy is flooding through and into your ball, we're going to invite gold essence in. So imagine all the gold essence from all over the world, from the universe, coming into your ball and mixing with all that potentiality of abundance in every way. Abundance spiritually, abundance mentally, abundance in relationships, abundance in material money, abundance in health, abundance in hobbies. Everywhere where you would like abundance, you're going to allow the essence of gold to flood through into your ball. And now bring that purity into yourself. Allow that essence of gold to come into you. And it fills up all those white packets of light, swirling around you, swirling through you, in the spaces, around the spaces. Notice how it's never ending and that there's always plenty. And I'd like you to notice how this flow is never ending through you, in you, and outside of you as well, through the whole world. Everyone has plenty. And while you're sitting in this oneness, I'm going to ask you to just ask for one thing that you would like to actualize, to be materialized into your life now. And when we ask this thing or greater, because the universe is infinitely intelligent. To allow you to bring that in now. Now remember that we don't need to repeat our wishes over and over again. The universe knows them. So we're just stating them so that we can focus a bit. Allow you to stay in that moment just for a little bit longer. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes.
Wow, that was so beautiful. I loved it. And
Thank you.
and yes, gold essence. It has been a long time since I did that, and wow, every time we do it. And that's so amazing to know that you have that in your morning routine.
Yes, every morning. I used to start by bringing in money, and I can pretty much bring in sums of money at will. I found gold to be even more expansive as an energy, and brings in even more in all areas. So I've been doing both. So you can, and also because we have less attachment to gold than we have to money in this day and age.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we might have a lot of limiting beliefs and limitations towards money, but with gold, we might not have it that much.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's more the ancestral stuff. And the other thing which is really important to mention is when we do the expansion, we are detangling ourselves from our ancestral stuff as well. So from that space, we're creating without all the baggage. That doesn't mean that we don't clear the baggage out so that day to day we can function better. But creating from that space of expansion, we're creating without baggage, which is wonderful.
Yes, that's so amazing. So to wrap it up, can you please tell us about the services that you're offering and how a session with you might look like, and what are the different kinds of challenges or issues can a client come to you for?
So generally each second session is of course unique because of the client. I do introduction sessions. They're usually an hour and a half for new clients to experience the work. And then I have packages that are bespokely tailored. So they don't all look the same. It does depend on the client. And we will work week on week or fortnightly or whatever, but they always get me in between because life triggers us. And I feel that I found myself that when you are waiting for your next session, life is happening. And that's when things can be released easier because they're to the surface. So they get me on demand, and I have that as part of all my packages is an on-demand space. And I also do remote work behind the scenes for them. So I am opening up their field as well as them doing the work. So it's twofold, which is wonderful. We work together over a period of time, whatever it is, and the actual session, how it looks, it can be as simple as a conversation like we're having today, or it can be the type of meditations that I've just run you through. And that's where we do maybe belief work, limitation work, whatever is required to get that person to be comfortable to living in that space of expansion 24/7. That's my aim. And so it depends on where that client's come to. Usually the type of clients I have are the ones who are a bit of rebels. They generally are rule breakers. They might have done many modalities. I do have a lot of healers as clients, but equally I have business people as clients. So they're the ones who might be at the top of their game, and suddenly, you get to the top of your game and you feel empty. It's like the fulfillment is just gone, and they're just following the days that they've set for themselves, but they've got nothing more to give. So they may be, multi £100,000 business owners, they're trying to get to the next level, they keep pushing, 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 pushing. They don't get anywhere. And what's happening is they drain themselves. And what will tend to happen is they will pile more work on themselves because they feel the more I do, I'll break through. I've been there. It doesn't work. What happens is it sucks all the magic out of you. So I aim to declutter everything, create that space so that they can use their unique genius, the thing that got them there, to ignite and go further. So that's when they come to me. It's usually they've exhausted all the logical and other avenues. And I'm like, help. And I usually say, well, you know, stop doing that. And I put together something very, very simple for them. Sometimes I even prescribe nothing, which is very difficult for an A-type personality.
Yep.
To do that nothing. So, you know, people, the only way I can describe it is that's what I do. Clients have described it as magic, pure magic, and wonderful moments suspended in time, because I do a lot of time suspension in my sessions to allow people to experience the space. The other thing which I have had a lot of is people who have had chronic illness, because it's a tough thing to get out of. And it's not tough, it's actually quite easy when you go, when you have the right tools. And it is a habit and a discipline as well, which is why I do packages, because there is discipline around non-discipline. Does that make sense? How does it get better than that?
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was such a beautiful conversation. And I really loved the last part that you mentioned about, you know, stop doing and just be in that nothingness. And that has been something that I've been practicing myself with so many different projects that I've been working with recently, especially with 0 Point Healing and all of that. It has been doing a lot. And now as like one day, full day, I'm just going to sit simply doing nothing. And that one day created so much. It as just simply sitting on my bed the whole day, kind of meditating and just sitting with myself, no technology, nothing. All the computers and cell phones out. Like,
yes.
Wow, that was the beautiful day in my life. And the life after that, it just changed. So I was even thinking maybe once a week I should do that.
If you were my client, I would prescribe it.
Yes.
So why not try that? And, you know, for me, think simple. So people ask me, you know, what is amazing abundance and wealth and miracles and all of that? And there are the huge miracles that I've seen and experienced and facilitated. One of my most beautiful moments is just going to my garden and just staring at a bumblebee, sucking pollen off of a flower. And you can gain so much energy and so much gratitude, fulfillment, and connection just by being there. And it may be for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is, without the expectation and without the restriction of time, limitation of time, just allowing whatever is to be.
Yes. Thank you so much. That was wonderful, fun-filled, information-filled, knowledge-filled session. Thank you, Shirley. My dear viewers, you can find Shirley's link in the comment box below. You can book a session with her. You can, when you click on book a session button in the link below, you will be able to chat with her, and then she will be able to guide you on what package or what kind of service might fit you for your personal, whatever kind of transformation that you're looking for. As well as we have a special 10% off discount coupon code for you. It is 0 Point. You can just let her know when you contact her to get a 10% off on your first booking. Thank you so much, Shirley. Wow, wonderful session. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Sure. Thank you, my dear viewers. I'm going to see you in my next show. If you're watching this on YouTube, Please do subscribe and please do share this video with as many friends and family that you can. If you know of anybody with chronic illness, anyone whom this video can help, especially the meditation that she did for free itself is so amazing that you can do every day and change your life. So this is full of value. Please do share with as many people as you can. Thank you so much for all your support. Bye-bye, Shirley. Thank you.